you, Molly. Barack Obama told the San Francisco Chronicle this past January that people who build coal-powered plants will go bankrupt.
So if somebody wants to build a coal-powered plant, they can. It's just that it will bankrupt them because they're going to be charged a huge sum for all that greenhouse gas that's being emitted.
Wow. What does that mean for the thousands of Americans who work in the coal industry or wanted to? For reaction, joining us right now is Mike Carey, president of the Ohio Coal Association. All right, Mike, what was your reaction to this? When did you hear about it?
Well, good morning. It's great to be with you this morning. You know, we heard this on Sunday, and I got to tell you, once it hit the wire, all of the coal companies that I represent started calling me and saying, we've got to say something about this. You know, it wasn't just the fact that we're talking about putting the coal industry into bankruptcy, but what that would actually do to electric rates around the country. And you know, I don't care whether you're a coal miner or you work in a factory, or whether you're a mom and pop shop that has a dress store or a gas station, or you're a farmer, energy costs are important. And, you know, what he said was very disconcerting.
Well, you know, we yesterday, Mike, were questioning the timing of this, because the San Francisco Chronicle did this interview in January, and it just popped up, you know, on the blogosphere on Sunday. Yeah. Had the people of Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia found out Barack Obama's statement about, you know, if they're going to build these new coal plants, we're going to bankrupt the companies with all sorts of taxes and tariffs and caps and stuff like that, what would those people in those swing states have? How would they have reacted had they known more than 2 days before?
Well, you know, and not just there. You've got to look at Western Virginia, which has a large coal community, and also in Colorado. You know, I think if this would have come out when you looked at the article never mentioned the fact that we talked about bankrupting an industry.
That's right.
Look, the bottom line is in these areas, in eastern and southeastern Ohio, West Virginia, western Pennsylvania, and even Western Virginia, these are areas that are very hurt economically, and the coal industry is moving forward and doing very well. And I don't think in this time in this country, we should be talking about bankrupting any industry.
Sure. Especially a presidential candidate, some would argue. Do you agree with that, Mike?
You know, a major party candidate talking about bankrupting the coal industry, yes, that is true. I mean, both candidates, in all fairness, have talked about clean coal technology, but in the same breath, you talked about bankrupting an industry. Boy, that's a shot across the bow.
Here's Senator John McCain on this very topic yesterday on the Stump.
How out of touch is that? Now I believe, and you know, and you do too, that we need to control emissions, but I'm not going to let our coal industry go bankrupt. I'm not going to let coal workers lose their jobs. And I'm not going to let energy prices increase any more for our families.
I guess the interesting question, Mike, would be whether or not the coal workers were going to vote for McCain already to begin with. What's your assessment of that?
Well, you know, I think that, you know, I think it's mixed. You know, I think that there are a lot of people, you had the United Mine Workers had come out, and the union had supported Barack Obama. So, you know, I think it was a mixed bag. Quite frankly, I think these comments probably hurt. But again, you know, it was awfully late in the game for this stuff to come out, but we'll see how it plays out.
Absolutely. The big question is, will it bankrupt Mr. Obama with a number of coal workers? All right, Mike Carey, the president of the Ohio Coal Association, we thank you very much for joining us today, live from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you, sir.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
All right.
Time to check in with Janet.